everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this crocheted slouchy beanie. This is a top-down crochet beanie. If you're looking for a bottom-up crocheted beanie, you can check out the video I have linked in the down bar for my last video on how to crochet a bottom-up beanie. But for this beanie, you will need some Lion Brand Scarfy yarn. This is a size 5 bulky weight, but I definitely think you could get away with using a worsted weight yarn on this because I think that this is more close to a worsted weight than a weight 5. And then you'll also need a 5.5mm crochet hook. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start with a magic ring. So you'll make a ring as like this. So you'll just cross your tail over on that side. And then you'll stick your hook through the loop and pull through your working yarn, and then you'll chain up 2. If you're not familiar with the magic ring method, you can look it up on another YouTube video, or you can chain 2 and you can put your stitches into the second chain from your hook. But I'm going to do the magic ring method. After you chain up 2, you're going to place 12 double crochets into your ring. So 1. Alright, so I've placed 12 double crochets into my ring, and now I'm just going to pull my tail here to close up the hole. And I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet that we created. And you're going to chain 2. And you're going to place 2 double crochet in your first stitch here, which is the same stitch as your chain 2. So 1, 2. And you're going to place 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So you'll be increasing on this round. I've placed 2 double crochets in every stitch around, and I'm back at the beginning, and now I'm going to slip stitch to my first double crochet, and I'm going to chain 2. Now I'm going to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, which is the same stitch as my chain 2, and I'm going to place 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Now I'm going to place 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So I'm going to continue this all the way around with 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets for another increase round. I just worked my last increase stitch. You should always end on an increase stitch when you're increasing because you're starting with a single stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch to join my round. So on this round we increased every other stitch, and on the next round we're going to increase every 2 stitches. So I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to double crochet in the first stitch, the same stitch as my chain. I'm going to double crochet into the next stitch. And now I'm going to place 2 double crochets in the next stitch. I'm going to double crochet in the next stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to increase with 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So I'm going to repeat this all around, increasing every 2 stitches, and you should end with an increase stitch. If you don't, you should go back and count your stitches and make sure you have them in the right places. I'm back at the beginning, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch. So we're just going to continue the pattern for increasing. We're going to chain 2. We're going to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the second stitch, 1 double crochet in the third stitch, and in the fourth stitch we're going to place 2 double crochets. So you're going to continue this around with 3 double crochets and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So now I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the top of this row. So we've placed a increase stitch in every 4th stitch on this row, and we're going to do 1 more increase row. If you want a smaller hat, you may want to stop here, or you could have stopped a few rows in. This is going to be the diameter of your hat, so just put it on the top of whoever's head you're making it for, and make sure it covers the crown of their head, and you should have a decent size. You can also look up charts online to show you what is a good size for an adult hat, a child hat, or whatever you're looking for. So you'll just measure from one end to the other, and that will give you how many inches that you're looking for. For this hat size, I'm going to increase 1 more time. So I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet into the second stitch, 1 double crochet into the third stitch, 1 double crochet into the fourth stitch, and 2 double crochets into the fifth stitch. So you will be increasing every fifth stitch. So just repeat that all the way around. All right, so once you get back to the beginning, go ahead and slip stitch to join. And that is all the increases that we're doing for this hat. So what you just made is this top part right here. All these stitches at the top were all increased, and now we're going to be working on the body, so it's going to be straight because we'll be working straight down, and that's how we're going to form our top-down hat. So if you want to make a larger size, you just need to continue to increase another round or two. So you'll do that by mimicking the pattern that we were doing. You would increase every 6th stitch and every 7th stitch, and so on and so forth, depending on the yarn size you're using and the type of hat you're making. But now we're going to continue on with the rest of the pattern. So for the next row, you're going to chain 2. You're going to place 1 double crochet in the back loop only of your first stitch, and place 1 double crochet in the back loop only of each stitch around. So I'm going to go into the back loop only here and double crochet. I'm going to do this in every stitch around, and I will come back to you. So I went ahead and I joined my stitches together using a slip stitch after I placed 1 double crochet in the back loop of every stitch around. So you can see there's a nice little ridge right there, which adds a nice little texture to your beanie. Now we're going to add even more texture. You want to chain 1, and now we're going to do a front post double crochet around our first stitch. So you'll yarn over, go behind your first stitch. So I'm underneath of my first stitch. I'm going to yarn over, pull through my yarn over, and pull through 2 stitches, yarn over and pull through 2 stitches. So you're making a double crochet around the front post of the stitch before. Now we're going to make a back post double crochet. So you'll yarn over, go behind your work, and then you'll come up in front of your next stitch. So you can see I have the stitch in the back there, and I will complete my double crochet. And now we're going to make another front post double crochet. So I'm going to go around the back of my next stitch and double crochet. And now I'm going to do another back post double crochet. So I'll go around the front of my next stitch with the needle in the back, and I will double crochet. We're going to continue this all the way around, doing a front post double crochet and then a back post double crochet, and that will give us this really cool ribbed texture, as you can kind of see here, or you can see on this hat right here. That's this section that we're working on. So it's the front post, back post, double crochet. If you want more detail on that, you can search for how to do a front post double crochet or a back post double crochet for another video on YouTube. But I'm going to go ahead and continue this all the way around, and I will come back to you. So now we're back at the beginning of our round, and you will just join with a slip stitch. And as you can see, we have this really nice ribbing now. So for the next round, you will chain 1, and you're going to repeat exactly what you did for the last round. So you'll do a front post double crochet around the last front post double crochet, and a back post double crochet around the back post double crochet that you created in the last round. So just continue all the way around to repeat those steps. Once you reach the beginning, you'll just slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. And now we're going to move on to the next part of the pattern. For this, you will chain 2. And now you're going to place 1 double crochet into the back loop of the first stitch. And you'll place 1 double crochet into the back loop of every stitch around. You will repeat the back loop double crochet for the next 3 rounds. So this round, the next one, and the next one, you'll place a double crochet in the back loop of each stitch around, with joining at the end of each round and chaining 2. I've created my 3rd row of double crochets in the back loop, and this is what it looks like. So I have my front post, back post double crochet ribbing here, and then 3 rows of double crochet in the back loop only, and I've joined to the beginning of my round. So now you're going to repeat this section for a total of 2 more times. If you're making the same size as me, I'm making an adult small size hat or a women's size hat. I'm going to repeat this twice more. So starting with the ribbing, I'm going to work from there to the double crochets, and I'm going to repeat that twice more to give me this length. If you're making a larger size hat, you may want to repeat that 1 additional time, or if you're making a smaller size hat, you may want to only repeat that once. But for this size, I'm going to repeat it twice more, and then I'm going to come back to you and show you how to finish your hat off. So I finished the rest of my repeats here, and I've went ahead and joined my yarn with the slip stitch to the beginning stitch. So I have my 3 repeating patterns here with the ribbing, double crochets, ribbing, double crochets, ribbing, double crochet. Now we're going to work on the brim here, which is just like your ribbing, but we're going to add an extra row. So instead of 2 rows of ribbing, we're going to do 3 rows of ribbing. So as a quick little refresher, we're going to chain 1. We're going to do a front post double crochet around our first stitch. We're going to do a back post double crochet around our next stitch. Another front post double crochet. Another back post double crochet. So you're going to repeat this around for a total of 3 rows, and then you're going to join at the end of each round with a slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1 at the beginning of each round. I finished the last row of ribbing, and now I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet to join. And now I'm going to finish it off by cutting my yarn. And I'm going to pull that through the stitch and pull tight. And then you just want to weave in your ends when you're finished. And there you have it. That is how you make a nice textured slouchy beanie. You could definitely add a pom-pom to the top of this. A nice fur one would be really pretty. But I actually really like the way that top-down beanies look without a pom-pom because they're nice and round, as you can see. But if you want to know how to make your very own faux fur pom-pom to add to the top of this hat, I have a video that I'll link down below on how to make your own pom-poms. I also have a video on how to attach your pom-poms to your hat, so I'll also link that down below. If you want to find the written pattern for this hat, I will have my blog linked down below, which will have a post on how to make this beanie in written form. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!